Hi guys, it's SimLicy here, so welcome to another apartment renovation. So today I am back renovating this apartment, which is another city living apartment, and this time it is Salim Benali's apartment, one of my absolute favorites to renovate. And this time I am creating a split level sort of loft apartment. I've done this a few different times, especially in this particular apartment and the one right next door to this one, just because this apartment building has, I think, the tallest wall height. So it's really easy to create a loft look in these ones because you can make the platform quite tall. This time I didn't make it super tall. I was going for more of a little bit of a different look. I mean, I was trying to make it feel more of like a student's apartment, more of like a dorm apartment in a way. I mean, I don't think any dorm probably looks like this, but the way I was trying to decorate it, I was definitely going for more of like a youthful look. I was trying to pick items that I thought looked like they could be bought at like IKEA or something. So I was going for just more of that sort of look. So hopefully I achieved it. I really enjoyed decorating it. I thought it was a lot of fun, and I think it just ends up feeling so just different than most of my interiors. Of course, I'm using a lot of objects that I typically use, but I think I use them in a way that I don't normally do. So I thought it was pretty fun, and I hope you guys do like the apartment. And this time I decided to keep all of the what do you call it, the fixer up stuff. It's like a fixer-upper apartment. So it comes with the pipes and the breaker box and like the vent in the floor and the mice holes and stuff like that. The only thing I'm thinking about, since like the location of the platform is where I'm pretty sure some like roaches spawn, there might be some problem with that when it comes to actual gameplay. So hopefully it doesn't. I don't know if there's like a mod that gets rid of those, but I know with the tool mod I can click on like the breaker box and the pipes and the mouse hole and all of that kind of stuff and remove them. And so I've been doing that a few different times in apartments just to sort of do different floor plans, because I always have to work around them. But the ones that you can't see, like where the roaches spawn and where there's like smelly spots in the apartment, I don't know exactly where all of those spawn or how to remove them if I need to. So if you guys know, let me know. But anyways, as you can see, I'm working on the living room first. So in here I really just wanted to make it feel cozy and youthful. That's pretty much the entire theme of this entire build. Here I'm adding these pillows that came from the Little Campers kit, and I'm rotating them and elevating them using the tool mod and then placing them here on this couch. And I chose some that were specifically like mismatched, and so I wanted them to feel like they weren't bought as a set necessarily. I mean, I think probably the ones that are the same were bought as a set, but they weren't all, both pairs bought together, if that makes sense. And so I really enjoyed just sort of like combining the colors and the patterns and stuff. I still tried to make it look nice, so I do end up switching the swatches here in just a moment. But they're still very much mismatched, but these ones just didn't really go together at all in my opinion. Like these ones in the front just looked too gray, but I liked the green one, so I bought the green to the front and then used blue in the back just because it blended in with the couch a little bit more, and so it didn't feel so mismatched, but it still looked mismatched. So hopefully you guys get what I mean, but I felt like it was more of a balance between matching and not matching, if that makes any sense. Something I should probably mention, I am pre-recording right now. I'm working on recording a lot of voiceovers. Past few days I've recorded a lot of speed builds for both of my channels, and so now I have a lot of voiceovers to do for this channel, and I started doing introductions on my CC channel. So just like, a few minute long voiceovers just to sort of introduce the build or to talk about specific things. And so I do have a lot to do, and my voice it's already scratchy. So my mom is coming to visit, though I'm very excited for her to come and stay with me. My husband's going to be away on his own trip at the same time. He's going to visit an old friend of his, and so it'll just be me, my mom, and my son. And so I'm planning on taking the entire time that my husband is away off. So he's going to be gone for like 10 days or something. So I'm trying to get prepared and ahead and everything. So hopefully I do a good job with the voiceovers. Hopefully they don't suffer. So we will see, but I feel like my voice already is. Something I wanted to mention right there, I did turn on the deletion protection, I think is what it's called. It's a feature within, I think, Better Build and Buy or the tool mod. It might be Better Build and Buy, but I use both of them, so sometimes I forget which feature is actually a part of which one. But basically you can turn it on, and when items are going to get deleted like they were there when I was going to switch up the wall color, then it still highlights them and shows you which items were going to be deleted, but they don't actually delete. And it was so helpful in my case in this apartment because it was going to happen to me and I didn't want to have to, you know, re-rotate the pillows and re-elevate them and then replace certain things just because I wanted to add some brick wallpaper. It's so frustrating when stuff like that happens. So thankfully the tool mod was a lifesaver, and really it's just like the best thing that has happened to me. Like, it is so useful and has opened up so many different possibilities, so I highly recommend that you guys check it out. I always have a link to Twisted Mexie's website in my description box of every single video ever since I started using it, so you guys can find it really easily. And yeah, you can check out the tool mod, the Better Build and Buy mod. I use them both together, and that's how I can use the tool mod in build mode. In case you guys were wondering, every once in a while I do get questions about that, because if you use tool mod alone, then you can only use it in live mode. So it's just a bit different, but it still functions the same, but I definitely prefer to use it in build mode. And then yeah, he has a ton of other mods as well, so definitely check it out because he is amazing and so talented. But yeah, over here is the kitchen. For the kitchen, I'm using items from Dream Home Decorator. The stove is actually base game, and I was so happy that it came in a blue swatch that nearly matches this refrigerator. This refrigerator, I love it so much, especially when I'm going for a more colorful interior. And it came from the Country Kitchen Kit, in case you guys didn't recognize it. But I thought that blue was like so fun and kind of matched some of the other kind of blue color scheme that I was going for in here. I mean, I wasn't going for too much of a color scheme, but I definitely was like going a little bit heavier on the blue. And then I especially loved the dining table with all of the mismatched chairs. That was definitely like an IKEA thing that I was going for. And then I put a bunch of stuff on the table just to show that the Sim has been actively working on school projects and studying and, I don't know, writing essays and, you know, whatever else they might do for school. I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, I thought that was a pretty fun idea. And then over here is the entryway. So the entryway has a bicycle, has this clothing rack that came from Snow Escape. I really like this one because it has like the backpack and like the winter coats and stuff. I know I mention this all the time, but I really wish that it would have came on something that was a little bit less style specific than skis. I just wish they were just on little pegs or something. It would be so much easier to use it in a lot of different builds. Like, I still managed to use it just because it's the best option, but it would be so much more versatile if they weren't hung up on skis. So I don't know if the Sim that lives here likes to ski or anything, but maybe they thought it was like a fun DIY project or something and they made themselves a coat rack. And then over here is going to be the loft bedroom area. So I decided to use this bed that came from the High School Years expansion pack. I thought it was super fun and I liked how the like bedding kind of matched some of the blues and stuff that I was going for. And then over here, I really wanted to use these little shelf display things that came from Dream Home Decorator, but then I decided I wanted to have a desk instead, so I do end up removing those and placing a desk in its place. I think I accidentally leave one of them like merged into it because I noticed it when I was taking the screenshots, but I made sure to remove it, so it will be it won't be there when I upload it to the gallery. And speaking of the gallery, I will upload this as 2 rooms, so one for the bedroom and then one for the rest of the apartment. So keep that in mind if you want to place it in your own game. And like I said, it is Celine Benally's apartment, but in any of my apartment speed builds, you can always look on the top left-hand side of the screen to see the address so you know exactly where to place it in your game. And then over here, I also have some shoes and some hanging clothes, and I'm just looking for different like clutter pieces and stuff to put around the apartment. And then this is it for the build. So I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I hope you guys enjoy the screenshots. Thank you guys so much for watching, and please leave any comments or suggestions you have, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.
They were in high school when they met, and things got kinda awkward. With sparks in the air, he would stare at her in class, and she would try to act cool. But it was obvious, like, ooh, they would be together, ooh. One day she said, write me a love song, 'cause I know you'll make it beautiful. And maybe I'll call you my sweetheart, and promise nobody can steal me away. Then I am yours, 'cause I want you, and I wanted you to know. He looked at her and then he smiled, picked up a pen and paper and started writing. Probably something about her eyes and how they're always shining, or something cliche like ooh. Baby, I only want you.